Hello and good morning. Welcome to Schwaadeheim. I'm taking the garden goods to be sold, and it's snowing outside, so it's a nice cold January morning. I will take all the honey we have. The bees are not producing at the moment, so it shouldn't grow. The pallet shouldn't grow, but otherwise, yeah, we have 1.5 pallets. That's decent. So I have prepared what I was talking about a few episodes now, the statistics for earnings with the garden, and I have come to a interesting conclusion. But yeah, first I will go and take this to be sold, and when I come back I'm gonna talk more about the actual garden statistics and what it does, how it does it, and how much it uses, and what will we do about it. So just to clarify, and first excuse me because I have some kind of a hay fever attack right now, and I have stuffy nose. But yeah, so I was doing some numbers and it came out surprisingly low profit margins. There are different varieties of a garden, and at the moment we have one that uses solid fertilizer as fertilizing agent, but you can build one with manure as fertilizing agent. So yeah, that would increase the profit margins quite a lot because the solid fertilizer is expensive and it's used in all the recipes for all three types of vegetables, or two vegetables and one fruit. Not sure how you classify this tomato a fruit. I suppose it is not a vegetable because it's not part of the plant, it's actual seed bearing part. Yeah, so back to the topic. The garden, when I was first doing the numbers, I actually miscalculated, and all but one product came back positive, so money wise. But when I turned everything into, let me see, the lettuce has, yes, and everything else is going to Lidl because that has the highest price. So yeah, when I was doing the numbers, I was surprised because almost every product came back in red except I think the lettuce. The lettuce was positive in green, so that means that it made more money per liter than we invested in with ingredients. So yeah, and then I converted everything to a liter, so cost per liter, profit per liter, and then usage per liter, and it actually gave all green numbers, but again with small margins. You don't earn a lot with this garden, at least again not in the current setup with solid fertilizer as a fertilizing agent. Alright, so let's see how much we actually earned this time with our vegetables. And it was 5,764 pounds. Good. Is that miscellaneous? That's probably the bonus for environmental score. Okay, well, I'll see you back at the farm. Okay, back at the farm. I do want to make a disclaimer before I start with this numbers game. That I may have done an error of some sort. I may have used wrong numbers, I'm not sure, but as I went through, everything kind of added up. Okay, so if we go to the garden plot, these are the recipes that produce the tomatoes. For example, it takes 2 seed, it takes 2 fertilizer, and it takes 12 water. Water is basically free because we have the lake behind our house, so that's I did not calculate the expense of that. And it produces 3 liters of tomatoes. And this cycles per month and production cost per month, I don't really know how to calculate this, so I left it out. And with the seed production, it takes 1000 liters of wheat, 100 liters of herbicide, 250 of water. Again, this is free, and it produces 1000 liters of seed. This is also important because I was using this also comparing what the prices are if we use our actual own seed maker for seed production. So give me a second so I can bring up the table. Okay, so first I wanted to calculate how much we pay for producing seeds with the seed maker. The wheat price is, so these are prices for a liter. It's 0.42 pounds per liter. The herbicide is 1.2 pounds per liter. The production costs, again, I'm not sure how to calculate this because this seed maker is really fast working and it's not running the whole month to produce actual seed because it makes it in a couple of hours. So I left that empty. And after all, the total for 1000 liters of seed, we pay around 541 pounds. So per liter, that's 0.54 pounds. So 54 cents or whatever you want to call it. So 0.54 pound per liter is the price to produce our own seed in the seed maker. If you buy seeds from the store directly, the price is 0.80. So it's quite a bit more expensive, but still not too expensive. And the fertilizer from the store is 1.82 pounds per liter. So these are the ingredients that we actually use, and these are the base cost prices. So if we move to the right, the garden, and if we produce tomatoes, it takes 2 seed, 2 fertilizer, water of course is not counted here, and it produces 3 liters of product. I wanted everything to be per liter, so this is all calculated down. And if we use the seed maker, we pay 0.71 pounds per liter for the tomatoes. The fertilizer is 0.240, I think, and the total cost is 3.12. And if we divide that down, so we get the price for one, it's 1.04. For the store bought, the price is similar, but the cost of seed is a bit higher, so the total cost per liter is 1.15. If we go down, the average sell price for tomato is 1.52. So that gives us a profit of 0.46 or 0.037 0.37 if you use the store-bought ingredients. So that's 37 cents per liter, and that's not too big of a profit margin. That's really, really tiny. You know, you do a lot of work and get a tiny amount back. If we take the best price, so if, for example, we would be collecting tomatoes, which is not, what should I call, realistic, because they do go bad quite quickly. But if we would keep the tomatoes to sell them at the best price, which is 1.68, we would get a profit margin of 0.64 or 0.53. So this is not, again, a lot. The strawberries and lettuce, they have the same ingredients, the same recipe. So it takes 2 seed, it takes 1 fertilizer. This is less than the tomatoes do. And it produces 3 liters of product. So again, all this comes down to 0.44 cost for if we use the seed maker, or 0.55 if we use store-bought products for ingredients. So the lettuce average price is 2.99, which gives us a profit of 2.55, which I think is good. This is a good profit margin. So the lettuce is the big producer here, and the strawberries, they profit 0.31 or 0.20 if we use store-bought products. If we would wait for the best price, the lettuce would give us 2.85 or 2.74 for the store-bought, and 0.39 or 0.28 if we would use the store-bought for strawberries. So strawberries and tomatoes are worth really tiny amount. You get really small amount back. For the lettuce, you get a good margin, and this is what you would expect to actually have for a profitable business. Okay, so this is for the garden we have at the moment, because the garden we have at the moment, let me just take this off. The garden we have at the moment uses solid fertilizer. There is another way. Right now we have a lot of ingredients, so we have almost 4,000 liters of seed and water. Okay, let's discard that because it's free. But the seeds, these are not free. And for role-playing sake, I could take it out and put it into a bucket. But in the game, you can't actually take ingredients out of your production. So if we delete this garden, everything that's in it gets destroyed. So there is another way. You could go to construction, productions, greenhouses, and then you have the plots. This is the mod that is actually part of this map. And right now we have this garden plot, so it takes solid fertilizer. But you can use the manure for actual fertilizing. It looks exactly the same, functions exactly the same. The only difference is that this garden uses manure, and since we have cattle in our shed, we basically have free manure. The only cost would be the straw that we put in, but we can disregard the cost of straw because cows need to be bedded whether you use that manure or not. So yeah, if you catch what I'm saying, you basically have free fertilizer, which would give you a lot higher margins. If you look at here, the fertilizer is 2.4 and 2.4, and it's 0.60 in here, so it's a lot. Okay, the fertilizer is a big part of the cost, and this is, if we would put this cost away, the profit margins would go up immensely. So this is exactly what I'm gonna do. Firstly, how do I get at? Yeah. Where is my and it's over here. Okay. So I do want to take out, as we said, 3966 liters of seed. And because we can't really empty the garden in the game itself, I'm going to put it into a bucket and dump it at the pile we already have. So you do this by easy development mod. You go to fill unit 2. How do I do this? Air. Okay, I can't do it with this. Never mind. And I'm gonna use another tractor. This one is also gonna be used today because I'm gonna empty the silage or fill the PMR maker with the rest of the silage we have. Okay. So let's see. I know this isn't too big of a trailer for this tractor, but for the purpose I need it, it's gonna work well. Okay, so you use these easy development controls. And I want to fill it with seeds. So regular seeds, when I find them. Oh, seeds. Yeah. I want to set it to 3966. And we have 3966 liters of seed in the trailer. I'm gonna dump it right here where we have the other seeds. Okay. And now I can delete the garden plot and retain the seed that was in it, which would be, you know, the realistic thing to do. Of course, you wouldn't just throw away the seed unless it went bad. But yeah, let's put this tractor back in. Alright, so now I can go back to construction. Let me first demolish the existing garden. Yes, and let us place another one. So I do want something that looks a little bit better, and it has to be manure. Let me put it in exactly the same spot. Bam. Okay. I think I've done good. And again, because in real life you wouldn't. This is all good, yeah. This one has a nicer gravel texture, so I chose this one. So in real life you would not need to demolish the whole garden and then put back another new one just to exchange the fertilizer type. And we're back at the same money state we had before. So now I just need to refill the garden with ingredients, and we can restart it back up. I'm gonna leave it as is because it is winter and it's an open garden, so it wouldn't be realistic to actually be growing anything at the moment. But there's two things I want to do today. So I want to put all the silage in the PMR machine, and another thing, I do want to lease a truck to come collect the slurry because we have a full pit. So let me see which truck to use. And this takes slurry. Yes, you can. Okay, so it takes what, 15 cubic meters? Now that's not enough. Okay, I'm gonna lease this one 5 grand, and I'm gonna lease a big tanker trailer. This in here? No, this be in animals probably. Yeah, here. I'm gonna lease this one for it takes 32, and let's lease it for another 3,500. So that's what, maybe 9,000 pounds paid, 8,833. Okay, I'm gonna get that truck, come here, collect the actual slurry and take it to the sell point. I hope I'm gonna make a profit. If not, no matter. But yeah, gonna be fun. Alright, so we have an older Volvo. Yellow. We have beacons, we don't have the beacons. Volvo 470 power. Hoses. Awesome. I really love this mod that simulates the air hissing sound, the air pressure sound of your hoses. Listen. Sweet. And let's go. So there's a lot of snow on the road, but I think this truck is gonna manage. It would be unwise to get stuck. This is a really nice mod. The mirrors are perfectly aligned for you to actually use them while driving. What does the horn sound like? Yeah, that's right. It's not that tiny beep that's featured in the base game. It's actually truck horn. This old engine making a fine noise. You can hear the turbos whistling. Okay, and I think we can just drive over the loading point and see where we go with that. And why is this not working? Oh yeah. I was expecting a loading trigger. In the meantime, let me see where the slurry has the highest price. Slurry. Okay, the only price is the biomass energy Schwaadeheim. 108 per 1000 liters. Yeah. And this is a lot heavier. I think slurry is lighter than water, so it's not exactly liter per kilo or kilo per liter, it's a bit less, but I can safely say it's around 27-28 tons of liquid in the back. Yeah, awesome. And because it's snow on the roads, we need to take it carefully, slowly. And the good thing is that at least the gradients, so the uphill parts like this one, are cleared, so we don't get stuck with our truck. Alright, well, See you at the biogas plant. Coming real close to the biogas plant. I have to remember to take a wide berth going in because this is a tight entrance. I vaguely remember struggling with the tractor. So yeah, I have to be careful. This and this, and then straighten out. We're in, perfect. Now, if I remember correctly, the unload point for slurry is somewhere over here. And it is. Let me see how much we get paid. What I mean slurry, not itself. What about here? So we got paid 3,600 something for the first load, and we're gonna get paid another 3,600 for the second load because we're gonna take two. And the rest we're gonna keep if we wanna fertilize our grasslands in the spring. So we are not gonna quite break even with the expenses, but we are going to nevertheless get back some of the money we paid for leasing this setup, and we will have a slurry pit that's mostly empty, 70% empty at least, or 60% empty, so yeah. On the other hand, the cows are doing great. I think we can show you. So they are at full health, they're growing, and we should have quite a lot of bulls to sell. So 3 trailer loads in about, I don't know, 10 months, something like that. Alright, so I took 2 more loads. I decided to take 2 more loads, so we have 4,466 liters left in the slurry pit. The animals are going to be producing more, so there's no problem in that. I can leave the slurry spreader here. And now for the thing I said I'm gonna do, to shovel all the remaining silage into our TMR machine. Yeah. And that's gonna be it for this episode. So I have made calculations, I have done the garden plot, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I wasn't too far off with the calculations. I know I could do it a little bit easier, but you know, simplify the things. But on the other hand, you get the general idea. So it got me thinking, because I had so much work to do and I had so much trouble with keeping the actual garden topped up with the fertilizer, with the seed, with everything, that it started bugging me that it's actually costing more than it's worth. And I wasn't wrong. You know, because if you get paid 30 cents or 40, 50 cents per liter, that means for 1,000 liters you get paid, so if we 500 pounds, and this is not enough for the effort you put in. But now, when I can fill it with manure, I think it should be better. But because we are gonna do so much transporting of loose goods around the yard, it would be smart to get a wheel loader of some sort, something with a big bucket. It will lessen the times I need to go scoop up things and dump them. So let me see what we have on offer. Maybe front loaders, Turion, I'm not sure how big the bucket can be for this. 1,000 liters, not enough. 2,300, this is around the same size we have it for the tractor right now. So yeah, maybe not any of these, but wheel loaders. Volvo is cheap because it's old. Yeah, but the Volvo can take a bigger bucket. So this one is 2,400, but you can fit a regular wheel loader bucket on. So this one is 3,500. It's quite a lot bigger. This one is 4,000, and it's good because it's a high dump bucket, so you can easily drop things into higher trailers and stuff like that. And this one for wheel loader is 4 cubic meters, so yeah, 4,000 liters. So it might be a good idea to invest into a wheel loader just to get things done a little bit easier, a little bit faster on the farmyard. Because then well, if this one is, I can't remember, it's 2,300, 2,400, yeah. So if you have a 5,000 liter bucket, you actually have 2 bucket loads in one, which is, you know, makes your job 2 times faster. So of course it's worth it. Okay, I'll be doing this off screen. This is just gonna be emptying the silage pit, so we prepare for the next year whatever we're gonna be putting in, probably more maize as we had before. And I would like to thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. This one was a little bit different. Let me know if you enjoyed it, if you found it useful, if you would like more of this, less of this. Voice your opinion, and we'll see you next time. I wish everything good for you, and bye bye.